facing one of the heavyweights tonight.
To a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language or gestures, entering the court, or interrupting play. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations to these rules to the nearest usher, security, or arena staff member. Will be dropping for fans under age 12 for our next game. Help us string together a great atmosphere for a win. We restricted the ball game, so stay until the end. Remember, Trailblazer fans, we still have tickets available for upcoming home games. Stop by the ticket booth to get more.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. Let's see the stat sheet here for Brandon Ingram.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Emmanuel quickly out there with Grady Dick. And it's Ingram in at the 3 spot. And for the Trailblazers, Red Atta's out there with Henderson. Then it's Williams. Then it's Avdia. And it's Kamare in at the 3. Greg, we know these teams among the best defensive squads in the NBA. And this figures to be a low-scoring affair.
But it should be an entertaining one, Kevin. And if you're a fan of high-intensity, high-energy defense, there's a lot to love about this matchup. Here we go.
And so off the tip, it's Toronto. Ingram outside. Pass to Barnes. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Back to Barnes. The shot, no good. Here's Coffey. Dick defending. Coffey passes to Henderson. And stolen by Barnes. And in transition, it's Ingram. Here we go. And it goes down 2 points. Ingram's got the opening basket of the game for the Raptors.
And gotta love the long, long arms of Brandon Ingram.
Williams kicks to Avdia. We're about 1 minute into the first. Here's Coffey. 5 to shoot. Henderson outside. Coffey passes to Henderson. Sinks the three-pointer.
Part of Henderson's game that's improving. Nice to see him build some confidence from behind the line.
Ingram outside. Active quickly. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
And in their 2 matchups last season, they came up empty both times. Not really too shocking when you see how they fared overall.
I like the way Avdia is competing right now, always looking to make a play.
Pass to Dick. Now Pirtle. Ingram with it. To the inside. The kick out to Barnes. That 3 off the mark.
And so far, the team just 1 of 5 in that rim shrinking.
Here's Coffey. Avdia, a screen on Ingram. Portland needs to get off a shot. Buries the 20-footer. Henderson's got his second bucket tonight.
Such a confident young man. Scoot just goes for it.
Pirtle with a screen on Avdia. Barnes, a tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Coffey, following the basket by Scotty Barnes. Back to Henderson. For the three. Hangs home the trifecta. Henderson's got 8 points.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Blazers on offense. They're on a 10-2 run here. With every passing season, Quickly's role seems to expand.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he's had to prove himself over and over. And now that he has, I don't think you find nearly as many doubters as he had when he first came into the league.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Quickly the pass to Dick. And the call will be against Red Hot. That's his first foul. And Toronto making a change. Barrett's checked in.
Team foul. Raptors substitution. Number 9, R.J. Barrett.
Here's Barrett. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, GA?
Thanks, Kevin. Red Hot was indeed hot in the last game against the Knicks. Put forth a nice effort. Scored 12 points, and his passing was phenomenal with a ton of assists. That stat line was really unbelievable. It's something we really had to see to appreciate. Back to you guys.
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, we'll see if he can keep rolling here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
Toronto with the ball after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Dick, that's good.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite three-point shot.
Pass to Coffey. Quickly against Henderson. Here's Coffey.
2 minutes remaining.
6 to shoot.
2 minutes.
Back to Henderson for 3. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
A minute 42 left in the first quarter. Pass to Dick. Back to Quickly. Dick with it. The 3. Rebounded by Kamare.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
1:22 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Coffey. Still yet to score. The 17-footer. And that one's good by Henderson.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
And the timeout called by Darko Rojakovic. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. You better keep your hands up if you've been playing with these guys over the past month, because if you're open, they'll find you. Take a look at Red Hot, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
Barnes down low. Defended by Sharp. Shed, that's good.
I think the defense has more concerns out there on the floor, and they give him a good open look from the perimeter.
Here's Coffee. Still scoreless. Back to Simons. Launches a three. Toronto grabs the miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Trailblazers leading by 9. There's 21 seconds left in the first. Back to Grant. Here's Coffee. Pass to Sharp. And he's good on the three ball. And the Trailblazers lead by 12.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
And so it's Scoot Henderson making highlights for the Trailblazers. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. Back to the action in just a minute. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Trailblazers?
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
So the Raptors 5 right now. They've got R.J. Barrett. There's Boucher out there with Barnes. And it's Abaji in at the 3. Now here's Barnes. What a tremendous game he played against Utah. Boucher sets a screen for Barnes. Hands it from downtown. Barnes has got his second basket of the night.
So important to just have Scotty take these shots. It's not even about making them, to continue to build out his game.
We love young Scotty Barnes. He can shoot, he can defend, and he can really pass. Brent, he seems like the ideal wing.
Well, there's a lot of things there, Kevin, that are very good. You don't become an all-star at that position without those kind of abilities, but the responsibility of playing winning basketball consistently, let's see how that plays out for Scotty moving forward.
Here's Boucher. The Blazers getting the bucket. Barrett. Walker with the rebound.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Pass to Simons. Again, Simons missing. Raptors trail by 13. Barrett with the ball. Now defended by Grant. It's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
So for the Trailblazers, Williams, he's checked in for Jabari Walker. Avdia comes in for Jeremy Grant. And Scoot Henderson subbed in for Anfernee Simons. And Toronto has possession. Here's Barrett. Off on the layup. Here's Coffee. Boucher defending. To the right side. The Trailblazers working the ball around now. Here's Coffee. Hasn't made one yet. 4 on the clock. Inside. Here's Sharp, and he banks in the layup.
Oh, nice job executing inside. Sharp's confidence is what makes him such a dangerous player.
Pass to Boucher. Now, here's Barrett. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Barrett's got his first 2 points of the night.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Avdia kicks to Williams. Here's Coffey. Avdia, the pass to Coffey. In the corner, Henderson with it. Shoots. And again, it's Portland converting.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Pass to Boucher. It's Barrett on the wing. Barrett with another miss.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectation.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, improving dialogue between players and officials is a priority. Commissioner Silver says, now with high-fidelity audio, we're all able to hear a lot of what's being said. Now we have to take into account the high-stress environment. But there has to be a two-way sense of respect. I feel it's an area where we can make progress. Kevin?
You know, the commissioner's always looking ahead and looking at every area, which is great for the game. And the timeout called by Darko Rojakovic. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Time to get loud for your Blazers.
And Portland making a change here. Kamar is checked in. A new group in now for the Raptors. Barnes finds Pirtle. Back to Barnes. Here's Dick. Williams with the block.
Got to be careful whenever Williams is roaming nearby. So skilled at getting to those rejections.
And that one's good by Henderson.
The only way he was getting to the hoop was to use the double clutch.
Toronto with the ball. Portland making their last shot. Ingram passes to Dick. And the Raptors miss again.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Pass to Coffey. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Kamara. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Now here is Pirtle. He has yet to score.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
So it's Portland now. Brandon Ingram missing his last shot. Here's Coffey. Dick defending. Here's Henderson. Again, the Trailblazers good for two.
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
The game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
And the Raptors call time here. Simons, he's checked in for Scoot Henderson. Well, with this break in the action, let's see which players have had the hot hand lately. Here are the top scorers in the past month. Take a look at Red Hot, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
Pirtle with a screen on Avdia to end the run, and it's Pirtle that time on the assist by Barnes.
Pirtle's so reliable and solid in these pick and rolls. He knows exactly where to be.
Pass to Simons. And the Trailblazers, another three.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Quickly the pass to Barnes. Dick wide open. Trying to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
24 seconds left in the first half. And Simons wide open. He'll fight. Knocks down the three ball. Simons has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Portland. And here is Quickly. Nothing on the board. Ingram outside. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We come back right after this.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket. You know, I love sitting up here and doing this show with you guys. I learn something new every day.
Man, you know what? It is pretty unreal they pay us to do this. Did I say that out loud?
Wait, you guys get paid?
Well, yeah, we wouldn't sit here and deal with you for free.
You gotta call my agent now.
Let us take some time now to talk about the first half, a commanding performance for the Trailblazers.
Dominant performance from this offense. As a fan, you just have to admire it and see what they're doing.
Yeah, they're hitting the 3 major E's: effective, efficient, and entertaining.
I like the way you did that.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Scoot Henderson in this game, guys, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And here's Henderson. He'll bring it up for Portland. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. Henderson out there with red hot. Then it's Avdia. Then it's Williams. And it's Kamare in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Here's Coffey. Henderson left side. Over quickly, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Pass to Dick. Back to Quickly. Now Dick. No good from outside.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Trailblazers moving the ball around. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jakob Poeltl. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Coffey. No scoring in this one. Shot clock at 5. Outside, Avdia. Henderson outside. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Dick, and the dunk by Dick.
Barnes making sure that his teammates stay involved.
Here's Henderson. He's got 21. 2024, Brent, was a momentous year for Scotty Barnes. His first All-Star appearance.
Well, Kevin, an amazing accomplishment for such a young player, but it feels like we're just scratching the surface. There's been so much exploratory with Scotty Barnes. What I'm interested in the maturation process is when Scotty makes winning the most important thing, where he's pushing his teammates and taking on responsibility. That's when he's going to cross over into superstar.
Here's Barnes after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Poeltl sets the pick for Barnes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hits the 3-point bomb. 8 points for Grady Dick.
And whenever Dick is getting a pass, if he has any chance to get off a clean jumper, you know it's going up.
Ingram passes to Quickly. Barnes outside. Pass to Ingram. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Barnes has got his 4th assist in this one. Avdia, the pass to Coffey. Fires for 3. It's good from long range. Coffey's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Good setup. Avdia, he's got such a good feel for the game.
And it's Quickly missing. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
And That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league recalibrated its emphasis on fouling during last season. Commissioner Adam Silver said there was a sense that offensive players had too much of an advantage, so an adjustment was made. Fans want great offense, but they want players to be allowed to play defense as well. I think that's what we're seeing. Kevin, it's a welcome change.
Welcome indeed, no doubt about it, D.A. They get a hand on it, and it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Coffey, and it's Toronto with the rebound.
His shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
And it's good for two.
Well, when Ingram gets the ball on the inside, his length can really help him out to create shot opportunity.
Here's Coffey. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. Sinks the triple.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Raptors have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Barnes looking around. And it's quickly missing.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Ingram kicks to Pirtle. Back to Ingram. Pass to quickly. It's Dick on the wing. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
Raptors shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executed. Shakes him. Here he goes. And the dunk by Dick.
Yeah, that's what makes Dick dangerous. You can't just play him as an outside shooter. He'll go to the hoop like he did there.
And Coffey gets it to go.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
And so quickly we'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. Here's Dick. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Dick's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Raptors. Here's Coffey. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Toronto's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Ingram outside. Back to quickly. Here's Dick. His three-pointer's off the mark. The Trailblazers on offense. They're on an 18-7 run. And another three from Red Hot. Coffey's got 21 in the game.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Quickly against Henderson. There's the double team with Henderson. Ingram kicks to quickly. 6 on the shot clock, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
I've not seen him shoot this poorly, guys, in a game this season.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Ingram outside. Five on the clock. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Nobody near Barnes. No good on the three. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers way out in front. Their lead at 38 points as we close out the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth, we've got Chris Boucher, and it's Mobo in at the 4-man position. Here's Barrett. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Pass to Banton. Brent, of all the things I can ask you, I've thought about this one. What would you say is the most important thing a team has to do to be an NBA champion?
Kevin, it's pretty simple. Accept your role. And when that happens, stars will be stars, and role players will be there to support the stars in any way they possibly can. But to accept your role and to sacrifice for the good of the team, it's going to give you a chance to hold that trophy. Well, looking into the gaps of the defense there, he's not going to miss many of those when he gets to that range.
Manton, the pass to Grant. Down low. Here's Reese.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Pass to Mobo. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Outside, Barrett. It's hauled in by Thibault.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Stolen away. Fast break, Toronto. Pass to Shed. And here's Boucher. Toronto working the ball around now. Into the lane. Agbaji can't get it to go. Abaji's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Here's Banton. Grant in the post. That shot off. Toronto, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Out to the right wing. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's Agbaji. Pass to Shed. The tray. The three-pointer is right on target.
Kind of like playing in the rec league, little to no defense on that possession, and the easiest three-pointer you can imagine.
Manton, the pass to Walker. Lets it go. Portland, no good that time either.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
And Barrett gets it to go.
Well, the numbers show it. R.J. Barrett much more comfortable shooting from the corner.
There's a good screen. No good from Grant. The Raptors have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Pass to Barrett. Brent, we know that the NBA can be compared to any league in the world, and it is regarded as the best. But as someone who has won titles like you have, is it world champs, or should we just leave it at NBA champs?
Well, Kevin, it's a really good question, and I don't know what side I lean on. I prefer to talk about being the NBA champs. I mean, out of respect for what the world competitions represent, I think NBA champs is just fine.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Their accuracy in this one has just been on another level. I mean, the three ball keeps falling, and the defense just hasn't been able to run them off the line.
Well, looking at the stat sheet, I could just see here tonight, sharing the basketball, the stat that comes up most is assists. So sometimes you have to look for your teammate. That makes things happen. They've done it.
And once known for his defense, Jeremy Grant has become a knockdown three-point shooter. Brent, he's fun to watch.
Yeah, that's really opened up some lanes for him as a player to do more become more complete. I mean, his slashing game has come along. He's been a better rebounder. And if you foul him, he's going to cash in at the free throw line.
And Grant drops them both. Hey, Greg, what about Jeremy Grant? He's had about every role you can imagine on any team he's played on.
And Kevin, he started out as a second-round pick, hoping to just make a team. He's been a bench spark plug, a starter, even a #1 option in Detroit for a couple years. Grant's done it all.
Here's Coffey. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. That's 23 points for Red Hot.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. Here's Ingram. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. There aren't too many players with a skill set as diverse as Brandon Ingram's.
Yes, Kevin, you got to appreciate the tools that Brandon Ingram possesses. That comes with a lot of hard work. But this guy can score over smaller defenders. He's creative enough to draw contact against bigger guys and use that quickness. He's always been a scorer, but his playmaking ability over the past couple seasons, that's something that's growing and is giving them a chance to be very competitive. I think Brandon Ingram, not only a great story in his own right, starting to find out just how capable he is as a talent in this league, but also for executives about being patient and letting that talent develop.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Ingram just continuing to impress and taking strides in the right direction. Just a tremendous amount of offensive weaponry.
Here's Coffey. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket, shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Now, here's Quickly. Pass to Pirtle. Raptors moving the ball around. Dick can't get it to go.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
And Coffey gets it to go.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Well, inside, Barnes knows he has to fully commit. You don't finish against contact by going in there with half the effort.
The Raptors have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the 4th quarter. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Trailblazers.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And in what's been a tremendous year tonight, another example, and it'll push their amazing win total on the season to 68. An outstanding, outstanding season we've watched this team play.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Red Hot.
Well, a consistent intensity is what he brought to the floor here. He hit the glass hard, and he came up with a ton of rebounds.
And here is Quickly. Following the 3 from Red Hot, and plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. You know, whether he's coming off the bench or Brent starting, Emmanuel Quickly can score.
IQ is something else. I mean, he finished 2nd in the 6th Man of the Year voting in one season. He's capable of putting up 30 as a starter or as a reserve, but it's a unique perspective to sit on that bench, watch the flow of the game, and come in and be impactful. IQ does that.
The first one falls.
You get quickly out there, and he's a bit of a rascal, right? Offensively, he can score inside, he scores outside. He just causes some problems out there.
And Portland making a change here. Williams is checked in. And quickly drops them both.
Really known as a microwave scorer, Quickly's fearlessness is what allows him to really get cooking.
Coffee connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
And Barnes has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. Off the left rim and out. And Portland with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. From the arc. And again for three. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
Dick with it. It's hauled in by Coffee. Lets it go with a three. And another three for Portland.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time